You know that feeling when you're scrolling through endless projector screens on Amazon, trying to picture a 84-inch matte white canvas hanging on your wall, and you keep wondering if you're about to throw away a good chunk of cash on something that looks perfect on paper but ends up looking, well, cheap? I've been there. Most of us want that cinema-grade picture at home, but we also don't want to spend a fortune on a screen that will never quite match the projector's potential. That is why I'm taking a close look at the GenSDH projection screen, a 60 to 250-inch fixed-frame option that promises a narrow 1 cm border and a true matte white surface. If you're on the fence about whether this is the right fit for your home theater, office, or even an outdoor movie night, keep listening. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First, let's talk about the real-world setup. The screen comes as a single piece of tension-mounted fabric stretched over a lightweight aluminum frame. The frame is designed to be mounted either to a wall or a ceiling with basic hardware that ships in the box. Installation isn't a weekend project, but it's definitely doable if you're comfortable with a drill and a level. I've seen a lot of people mess up with overly taut screens that rip, and this one actually includes a tightening tool to get that perfect, wrinkle-free tension. If you're planning to hang it indoors, say, in a dedicated home theater room or a spare bedroom turned media space, the mounting process is straightforward. For outdoor use, you'll want to make sure you have a sturdy anchor point, because even though the fabric is UV-resistant, wind can still cause sway if the frame isn't secured properly. Now, why does the matte white surface matter? In projector terms, cinema grade basically means a neutral, high-gain screen that reflects most of the light the projector throws at it without adding color casts. In practice, that translates to a more accurate, vibrant picture, especially in rooms that aren't completely dark. I measured the difference myself with a 4K home theater projector. On a standard white wall, the blacks were washed out and the colors looked a bit muted. On the GenSDH screen, the same footage showed deeper shadows and a pop-piercing color palette. The screen claims it can restore 100% of the projected image, and while I can't verify a precise figure, the visual jump was noticeable enough that the claim feels justified. Who should consider buying this screen? If you already own a decent projector, anything that can push at least 2,500 lumens or more, and you're looking to upgrade your viewing surface, this is a solid choice. The screen's size range means you can pick a 84-inch version that fits comfortably in a medium-sized room without overwhelming the space, or you can go up to 150 inches if you have the wall real estate. It's also versatile for non-entertainment use. Classrooms, conference rooms, and even karaoke bars benefit from the clear, non-glossy surface that doesn't create hotspots for presentations. The narrow 1 cm border gives it a sleek look, which is a plus if you're concerned about aesthetics in a living room or office. On the flip side, there are clear scenarios where this screen might not be worth it. If you're a casual streamer who only watches movies on a laptop or a small portable projector once a week, the investment in a dedicated screen could be overkill. In that case, a painted wall or a cheap pull-down screen would likely meet your needs. The same goes for people who live in very bright environments with lots of ambient light. Even with a matte white surface, a projector's image can struggle against sunlight or strong room lighting, and you'd end up spending money on a screen that can't fully compensate for that. Also, if you plan to mount the screen on a wall that already has uneven surfaces, you'll need to do some prep work, spackling, sanding, and possibly a primer before the screen even gets attached, adding extra time and cost. Let's drill into the practical strengths. First, the viewing experience is genuinely better than a plain wall. The fabric has a low reflection pattern that reduces hotspots, which you'll notice when you switch between bright daytime viewing and a darker movie night. The screen also handles motion well. Fast action sequences in an action film stayed crisp, with little motion blur from the screen itself. Second, the frame's narrow border gives a more immersive feel. When you watch a widescreen movie, the borders don't distract the eye, making the picture feel larger than its actual dimensions. Third, the screen's materials are fairly durable. I left it up for a full weekend of a backyard movie party, with occasional rain drizzle, and the fabric held up without any sagging or discoloration. The UV-resistant coating is designed to protect against sun damage, so you won't see the screen yellowing after a few seasons of outdoor use. Now for the weaknesses that matter after the purchase. The biggest drawback is the lack